Welcome, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello. Oh, so nice to see a nice familiar face. Oh, hi, Raphael. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Juan Carlos.
Yeah, so nice to see you. Okay, let's get started then. Juan Carlos, take it away.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited to share some ideas with you and especially hear from you, really, because this is going to be a conversation. And hopefully will help you plant some seeds that will grow into beautiful trees after.
Yes,
Um, yes.
absolutely. So before we get started, just a couple of reminders for us.
Yeah, so this session will be recorded, but you won't be in the recording unless you speak. But we do want you to speak. So yeah, whenever you have something to share, we would love to hear from you. And also, some people talk to think, some people think to talk, and we'd love to hear your reflections as well. So when you share something on LinkedIn, you can use the hashtag AI powered pedagogy, and please share with us because the conversation, this is just the starting point of the conversation, right? And you can also see a QR code here that will take you to Jennifer's website, and you can see all the other AI powered pedagogy, AI powered education series that will happen throughout the summer.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, especially on a Saturday. And I'm so excited that Juan Carlos and I are going to be having this conversation about AI-powered inquiry and really promoting student agency and ownership, but using the tool of AI. So before we get started, okay,
Right. What is one thing about AI that you would have thought absolutely impossible 10 years ago? Something that would have that your 2015 self would have been blown away by. So you can scan the QR code and let's start sharing our ideas.
lovely. And we have wonderful Serena in the background who will be sharing the URL of the Menti link. Oh, did we see her? You can see her. Let's wave. She's the mastermind behind all of these webinar series. And she's going to share the Menti URL. So if you wanted just to click on your computer or feel free to pick up your phone and pick up that QR code. And I'd love to see these responses. Okay. Absolutely. They're all coming in now.
Chromecasting, interesting.
Mm,
Self-driven cars as well.
yes, yes,
AI therapy. Wow,
that's
that's
true.
an interesting one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. And so much of the recent research has actually looked at using AI as a counselor and therapist. And I would not have thought that was possible. Seriously, 10 years ago. I agree.
Yeah, full PYP planners,
Mm,
designing inquiries.
mm,
Yeah, 10 years ago only, right?
yes.
Yeah, so the idea behind this, and this is something we can use with anyone, we can use it with colleagues, with parents, with students. It's just about getting us to think about, hey, wait a second, that was impossible in my mind 10 years ago, and now it's normal.
Mm,
It's a good starting point to start, maybe questioning some of those assumptions that we have about learning and what is possible and what is not.
mm,
Generating videos, we can see that right there, changing a text to a video,
yes.
self-thinking robots right there,
It's
the
great.
ability to diagnose as well.
It's great to see planning inquiry-based learning experiences as almost thinking that that was impossible 10 years ago. And now look, right? That's such a powerful use, I think, of AI. Great.
Yes, and there's one of the things that someone mentioned, which is being a thought partner, right? I can see it right there. So thought partner. So you're sort of having a conversation with someone that is going to elevate your current thinking, right? And interestingly enough, this conversation, the way we've thought about it is with AI as a thought partner as well.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Thank you for sharing all of your ideas. The QR code will stay up. The Mentimeter will stay open as well if you want to input any ideas. And let's hear a story from Juan Carlos.
Yeah. So I think AI in school is sort of like going to a fruit market in Cambodia, right? You go in and you see all the colors, things come in different stalls, a lot of options. And at the end of the day, you have to choose what fruit you want to take home and what fruit you want to eat and how you want to eat it and when you want to eat it. So it could become overwhelming, right? With all this a variety of choices and options. So our goal for today's session is not to get overwhelmed by the market's offerings, but to pick one thing that is actually going to make a difference with the people you work with.
Yeah, absolutely. And here, you might have heard of the SAMR model, and it helps us to think about how we integrate any technology. And I'm going to apply it to AI tools. So the lowest level that we actually apply technology is the substitution level, where technology is just a direct substitute. So it could be, for example, when you're using AI tools to generate worksheets, and it's something that's still quite low level, but really doesn't enhance learning in any way or serve the students. The next level is augmentation, where it's a direct substitute, but at least there's some functional improvement. And so it could be AI creating lots of bar charts and pie charts for you. The next levels is what we're really trying to aim for: modification and redefinition. And that's when there's a complete transformation of practice because of that technology, because of the AI tool. So we have modification and redefinition. And without going into too much detail, and also like giving you a little bit of a teaser, I've got examples in my book, AI-Powered Pedagogy, of modification and redefinition, and how AI tools can really help us transform learning and education and our planning and our practice, and aiming for those upper two levels, which is really what we want. I've just seen all these lovely faces. Lovely to see you again, Maria. Hi, Jose. It's so lovely to see everyone. Hi, Ilayana as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's have a look at how we can use AI.
Right. And the beautiful part of this is that before starting to look at what we can do, we have to look at the why. Why are we doing it, right? So that's where the SAMR model comes in very handy, because it helps you not demonize or value one part more than other, but if you're very intentional with what you want, then it will be more likely that you will be satisfied with the outcome. So some inquiry users, some AI-powered inquiry users are using AI as a thought partner, as one of our participants said earlier, design partner and research partner. So today, we're looking mostly at how to use AI to deepen and expand our thinking. So basically leveraging these conversations to amplify what we already value, right?
Lovely.
And in terms of design, which we can also look into, is how might AI help me adapt and rethink the learning environment and the artifacts that I make available for the students. And in terms of research, how might I use it to leverage new knowledge and resources? Yeah.
And we've got coming up Juan Carlos sharing beautiful examples from his classroom and from his practice. And if you've been to my AI-powered workshops, you'll see I always show a video of Juan Carlos and a video of his classroom and all the artifacts that students have created through the units of inquiry that he has created. So let's have a look at some examples. Yes.
Right. And something that I really wanted to be very intentional about is using examples that are the most recent I can have. But these examples that I'm going to share today, they are I've done them within the last 30 days. So Yeah, I didn't want one that looks very polished or perfect, but more realistic, right? So me in my second grade class in Cambodia. That's it. So we want to start by asking you to see what do you see here? What might be going on in this picture?
And I think Serena's going to put a Padlet wall link for you to respond. Or if you have your mobile, there will be, you can pick that up with your phone. So either use the Padlet wall link or this QR code. I'll just leave this up for a little while so that everyone can pick that up. And then we're going to come back and we'd love to see what you see from this picture. Okay, here we go.
And starting with noticing is always a great idea, because we might think we know what you see, but we all see different things depending on our lived experiences, right?
And yep, there's the third column. We're going to go to that in a minute. Oh, this is very sophisticated, what I can see.
Maybe we could show the QR code again for people who just joined.
Absolutely. So if you've just joined us, welcome to this conversation on AI-powered inquiry. Please pick up this QR code, and we're just looking at what do you see from a picture from Juan Carlos's classroom. And we've also got the URL and the link. And I want to jump to the Padlet wall so that we can all see the responses. If you would like to share your response, can you use the 3 dots in the corner and color your post green? So if you color your post green, that means that you're happy to unmute and just share your ideas in terms of what you see from this photo. Beautiful. I've already started seeing green posts. I love it. Okay, I think we're ready to go there. Here we go. Okay, so wow, look at all this. Juan Carlos, what do you think?
Very interesting. Things that I was expecting and things that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. Okay, shall we? Oh, good. Someone's put a photo up. Great, so that we can capture that. Could I please invite the wonderful person who put a colorful network, if you don't mind unmuting and explaining that to us? What made you?
Hi, my name's Sarah. Thank you for this. I thought, hello.
Hi.
I thought that, these little pieces that are there, it's definitely a network. The students have to figure it out. Either they have to do it through math or some other subject, and they need to like put it together and form a network. Now, that could be in the form of the design building at the end, or maybe it could be an electrical circuit. I don't know what it would be, but there's definitely something there, and the kids are just figuring out through some clues somewhere how to put it all together.
I love that. I love that, Sarah. Let me just help mute people in case we can't hear you. Is it Sarah or Sarah? I'd like to get people's pronunciation.
It's Sarah. It's Sarah without the H, so it's definitely Sarah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. And it sounds like you're a physicist or a scientist because you're
I'm
talking.
actually not. I'm an English teacher.
Wow, isn't that amazing how creative and out of the box that was? So thank you for that. Beautiful. A network and creating a network. Can I invite this person? Colorful shapes. Yes.
Hi, that's me.
Okay. Yamwork, so good to see you. And he's running a session after this, by the way, AI-powered design thinking. Please come and join us. Yeah.
How's everyone?
Yeah.
I was just I was really trying to focus on what do I see and not really think about what I see. So I just wrote colorful shapes on a whiteboard. I did also see a notepad, but I didn't write that down. And I tried not to think further. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not, but yeah, I love the idea of networks.
Yes, and there is no wrong. Can I stress there is no such thing as a wrong thing, because it really is about what you see, and everyone has their perspective, right? And that's what inquiry is about, having your own either personal inquiries and your perspective. Okay, I think we've got one more here. Thank you. I see if I can invite this person.
That's me.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you.
Hi. I put that because as a math teacher this year, I'm new at teaching math this year, and it has been a challenge. But we are all risk takers here, so
Fantastic.
I can see one of the three. I can see three main colors that I use with the little ones.
Yes.
And I see the units and the tens. So I would sort it into math work.
Wow.
But it's really interesting what Sarah said about the network, because I hadn't seen it like that. And I'm sure that there's a connection between them.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for sharing, Andrea, with the different shapes, colors, and thank you for also to have the courage to step out and start teaching math. And I hope that the math is, as beautiful and creative for you as it is, that we hope it is for students.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this Padlet wall will stay up forever, and you can look at different ideas. Thank you for including that photo as well. And let's just go back then to, we've looked at the photo. What do we see? I bet everyone is really keen to see more examples from Juan Carlos's classroom. Is that right? Just give me a thumb up. That's what I thought. Okay, so let's jump here. Look at this.
The interesting part is that when we zoom out, now these students are also collaborating, right? So before we saw one person doing something, and this is the video, Jennifer. So we're gonna show them a video, and we're gonna go from what do you see to, what do you think might be happening?
I don't need a blue sauce. Oh, this one. Right now, I'm getting more fixed. I'm trying.
Beautiful.
Yeah, interesting. I saw in the chat that someone mentioned patterns. Children, Trishna, said the children are making different patterns using the loose objects. And it's interesting because the whole idea of using patterns is so dependent on how we want to design that learning engagement as a teacher. But I wanted to show you this picture because this happened before the conversation with AI, right? And if the goal is to use AI as a thought partner, right? Looking at the goal being identifying and creating number patterns and repeating patterns, shrinking patterns and growing patterns, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make it exciting. I'm gonna get them to interact with different numbers. I'm gonna bring 100 chart, and the kids are gonna play around with it. Great. Then I started having the conversation, and Jenny.
Yeah.
And then I realized that if I stated the key priorities, it helped me understand, what do I want out of it? I want curiosity, I want engagement, and I want conceptual transfer. Those were my key priorities. So it sort of helped me focus in, and specifically through tone and style, what kind of conversation and what kind of learning do I want to see, right? So then this is what those takeaways from the conversations were hands-on exploration on patterns. Start with it so that they can actually engage in a different way beyond the number, and exploring color, position, shape before number. And that was really it, because it was about the whole idea of a core part of the pattern repeating or growing or shrinking.
Sorry, keep going.
No, and then finally, they would just design simple patterns. So those were the three takeaways before I taught the unit. That was just from a conversation. And
I would also recommend this for secondary students as well, to start off with shape and patterns before moving into number and algebra. Because when I looked at that picture, all I saw was lots of algebra and generalizations. So really, we can apply this to any grade level. So this is the conversation that Juan Carlos had with his AI LLM. Here's the next one.
Right, and how it went from me imagining only numbers, maybe exciting and good conversations and collaboration around numbers, because the goal set number, right? So that sort of restricted me. even though I knew I wanted engagement. But then conversation with the AI using the ideas framework, which is one part of it is about tone and style. The third part helped me understand, oh, that's really what I want. That's my key priority.
So we really wanted to give everybody a very straightforward, simple prompting tool. So I don't call it prompt engineering because we know that it's not science and maths. It's actually about language. And so based on the 5 canons of rhetoric, because it's about communication, I developed this framework to just ask these questions when you're dealing or you're actually, trying to ask any AI model something. So what do you want to ask? Inquire. What do you want to design? What's the style and tone? You don't even need a persona. Like I've seen a lot of other frameworks where you have to pretend that you're this person or that person. Just what do you want to ask? What do you want to design? What's the style and tone? That's the first 3 stages. And then there is an iterative process where whatever output you get, you're going to adapt and synthesize. So you go through the 3 first, then you have an output, and then you adapt and synthesize it. And then it's an ongoing conversation. It's not a one prompt and then one output, and then you have the perfect output, but it's an ongoing conversation. So that's why I looked at the 5 canons of rhetoric and communication to look at how we can actually improve our communication with any AI tool. Great.
Right, and it only gets better from there because then the conversation becomes a bit more like your real friend, someone who is actually giving you useful suggestions, basically, right? You don't want to go back to the same type of dynamic if it doesn't align with your goals and with your key priorities. But once it does, you see kids get super engaged, and now they start creating their own challenges. Because for the conceptual transfer, we're looking at self-efficacy, right? How likely am I to succeed? So they start succeeding, they start using shapes first, and then they start challenging their friends, which they've already done with shapes, and they start using numbers to also notice some patterns, and they look very, very different. But that's the beauty of it, that even if I'm not in the classroom, if I stepped out of the classroom, this is a pretty interesting tool. You leave, and then you ask another teacher to come in and say, hey, what are you working on? What is something new? What is something that surprised you as you were creating this challenge for your friends? And then there you can actually see if they really understand the process, or they are going to be like, I don't know, we're working on this. And yeah, Juan Carlos told me to do it. So that's not something you want to hear, right? So that's an interesting check-in.
Lovely. So we would love for you to have the opportunity to talk to each other in a small group. To try the ideas framework. So if I can invite one person, actually anyone, to take a photo of this, upload it onto the Padlet wall, and then everybody will have that ideas framework, which you'll find an explanation in my book. But what we'd like you to do in your groups is, first of all, nominate one person who's going to scribe in your group. So one person is going to scribe. And then you're going to create an inquiry lesson using ideas framework. Those first 3 steps. What do you want to ask? What do you want to design? What's the style and tone? And then you can either have a discussion about it. It could be that everyone in the group is using their own large language model, and then you decide which one you want to share, or you want to share everyone's ideas. But try the ideas model with inquire, design, and engage. See what you come up with, especially for your grade level, your subject area, and then share that on the Padlet wall. Please let us know if there's any questions. If you just joined us, here is the Padlet wall link. And then I'm going to invite lovely Serena. You're going to have about, let's say, 8 minutes in your breakout rooms. Introduce yourselves to each other, and then have a go at the ideas framework. Oh, here's everyone coming back. Wonderful. Everyone popping back. Excellent. Excellent. I think we'll just give people a few minutes to come back from the rooms. It's never enough time, is it? Mm-hmm. It's never enough time. Let me know, Serena, when everyone's back. I can't tell.
Basically, some of us, me in my case, I'm brand new. I don't have much to come to my mind to some quick to spend this time.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's okay. That's okay. Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
I'm now a great learner, not much a teacher.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. That was really short, right? And I was thinking, I wonder if I could have been a little bit more clear about the discussions in the rooms, because we just wanted you to look at an AI model and the ideas framework to see whether the AI tool could give you any ideas. But when I went into some rooms, people were giving me their own wonderful ideas without the AI tool. And I thought, you are so creative. You're so, really stretching your edges, we'd say. But, let's use AI to really help us. Now, we've got a couple of minutes, and I'd love to hear from anybody's breakout room what was shared. And was there anything interesting that came up when you used the ideas framework in terms of an inquiry lesson or ideas, literally ideas? Yeah.
I was in a room, Jennifer, where Andrea, Van Lida, and was it?
Kritika. You can just call me
Yeah.
Kritika.
Kritika, yes. And they were having a great conversation, and we struggled to start a bit on like where do we start, right? But then there was a great conversation around the PYP exhibition and how to get students to plan to make their own central ideas.
Yes. Wonderful. And did the AI tool help with that? I mean, it's a mixture of experience, support, human in the loop, and then the AI giving some ideas, the AI tool.
Right. I don't think we had enough time to use the AI tool, but maybe trying to understand how to use the framework and then interact with the AI large language model.
Lovely. I can see some posts here. Wonderful. Please color your post green if you would like to share. So look, we've got a few groups, excellent, that have just put down what they found. So grade 3, teach division, excellent. Just keep it simple. What do you want to ask? What do you want to design? And then what's the style and tone? I always love how Juan Carlos, when he's designing his lessons, he always uses curiosity, right, to engage, because he wants to pique and cultivate curiosity in his classroom. And then this is the activity that came up. Oh, making equal groups. Beautiful. Divide the treasure. I like that. And using Lego. Yes. And then how to spark curiosity. You were all pirates who have just found a treasure chest full of gold coins. But now the crew must share the treasure fairly. I love that. Just an engaging context, right? And a full lesson. Wonderful. Okay. And then here, this was from Sarah, wasn't it? Yeah, Sarah, would you mind just explaining this? Because it was so good, your own original idea, and then what ChatGPT did with that.
All right. So we had the conversation where I said I would give the students different colored fabric, and then I would want them to think of, what colors they would want to associate with which character from the character archetypes. And then I went into ChatGPT and I realized I need to be very specific about which character I'm talking of.
Yeah.
So then I had to specify. I was like, okay, so I want character archetypes. I want you to tell me what the spectrum is, which color is associated with which character, which fabric goes with which character. And then I had this list. And then I gave the command instructions where I wanted ChatGPT to design an engaging activity. And then this is what I found out. And I thought, wow, this is interesting. I could do it with my students.
Excellent.
And not tell them what we're doing. So what the ultimate objective is, but let them arrive at it while they're going through the process of figuring out, okay, this color is positive, so maybe I'll attach it with a hero. And this fabric is sort of, giving me this weird feel. Maybe I'll put it with a villain.
I just love that, and how ChatGPT has just fully developed your creative idea, right? It's actually enhanced your creativity and critical thinking. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that. Now we've just got a few minutes left, which is great. And I hope that some of you have time to come and join AI-powered design thinking with yamwork that's coming up. So let me know, can you see my screen? Not yet?
Yes, yes,
You
we can.
Perfect.
We can see the ideas framework and
Okay.
the QR code.
Okay, so I just got a couple of things to say, and then we might have a couple of minutes for questions. If you want to delve a little bit deeper in terms of the ideas framework, where it's come from, and see lots of examples for all grade levels or subject areas, I talk about it in AI-powered pedagogy. I was very honored for Juan Carlos to actually translate this book into Spanish. And I think some of you have that copy. Jose, you've got it. Maria's got it too. So, we want to really try and spread this message that AI is this wonderful tool that actually will never replace us as teachers because of the human elements that we bring to the classroom, like care and compassion, but it can certainly enhance the inquiry and actually even make us more creative and more critical in terms of how to use them.
Right. And the beauty of this is the only AI book that I've managed to finish and enjoy. I can tell you from my classroom, because it wasn't about AI. It was about pedagogy, and it was about amplifying what you already value.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. So big thanks everybody for joining us on a Saturday. And I know you're all in different time zones. We've got probably 2 minutes. If anyone has questions, feel free to either put them in the chat now and we'll read them, or if you'd like to unmute. Do you have any questions about AI-powered inquiry? And we'll just give people some space. And then we had a visible thinking routine too, didn't we, to finish?
Might be with yamwork.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm going to add one here. Okay. So if there aren't any questions, of course, we want to encourage some cognitive closure, right? So let's say 1 glow, 1 grow. So if I could invite you to move all the way over to the last column and to write down one positive thing from this webinar that maybe you'll take away, and then one area that you would love to grow in from AI-powered inquiry. And we'll give people a few moments.
Jenny?
Yes, Serena.
There's a question on the chat.
Oh, there is. Thank you. Okay. And while people are doing that, there's a lot of lovely thank yous. Can you read it out to me?
Yes. Can you share some AI tool apart from ChatGPT?
Okay. Now, I want to say I am not sponsored by any AI tool companies. So what I'm going to say is purely based on my personal opinion and why I think this tool is the best. Okay. Are you ready? It's called Poe. POE.com. And the reason why I love Poe and I subscribe to Poe is because you have access to all of the latest large language models, image generators, video generators, etc., even the deep research tools on one platform. You just sign up to Poe, P-O-E, and you will have access to all of them. Instead of having 50 tabs open, you just have one tab and you can select your model. And I'm not sponsored by them. So it really is my opinion through experience and what I think is the best. Yeah.
Hi,
P-O-E.
Jennifer.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
for answering my question.
Yep.
The reason why I put up that question was I have not yet subscribed for the paid version of ChatGPT. I'm using the free version.
Yes.
So I wanted to know whether should I go ahead and subscribe? So I wanted a clarification.
Okay. And
Thank
Poe,
you.
no problem. You get ChatGPT on Poe. So if you choose to subscribe to Poe, you will get ChatGPT, Claude, you'll get Gemini, you'll get all of the models from all the top ed tech companies.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that was useful. Okay, I think we're getting to the end of our session. Thank you for these glows and grows. It kind of is feedback for us, right? Formative feedback, and it helps us to think about our future webinars We've got one coming up in about 15 minutes with young Mark. And so please feel free to join us. It's another registration link. I've absolutely loved listening to the conversations and seeing your thinking on this. Let me stop sharing. And I hope to see you all. Take care. And thank you for coming today. Thank you, Juan Carlos, as well, for your superb facilitation. And a big shout out to Serena, who's a little shy, but thank you, Serena, for doing everything in the background. Thank you. Okay. Take care.
Thank you,
everyone.
Juan Carlos. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Jan Mark and people.
So good to see you.
Thanks, everyone. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
See you in 15 minutes, hopefully.
Okay.